Welcome to Knowledge is Key, your weekly information on what is going on in the local real estate market. We will give you detailed information on what's happening in Stillwater, Lake Elmo, and Woodbury. And feel free to subscribe so you can get it right into your inbox. Enjoy. Welcome to this week's Knowledge is Key, where we discuss the residential real estate market in Stillwater, Minnesota. Hi, I'm Richard McDonough with Lake Sotheby's International Realty. You know, in some respects, you might not think that there's big changes from week to week. However, they are out there. And so we're going to go through them right now and discuss them in greater detail. It's interesting to note that from last Tuesday to this Tuesday, we had 9 new listings hit the market. Of that, 3 of those were over $1 million, with one of those already going under contract. I find that very interesting in today's early spring market. And one was as high as $4.49 million. We have one detached townhome that's now come on the market, and there's one home that is a foreclosure that is on the market. In addition to that, in the past week, 8 homes have gone under contract, meaning they're now pending and they're getting ready to close in the near future. Thing to note in those 8 listings is the average days on the market for those homes is 48 days. So again, not very long when you think about it, and also considering that we did go through the holidays, which sometimes can slow down market activity. Looking at the data on the screen, you can see the median list price is hovering right around $900,000. That's a little bit skewed in my opinion due to the fact of those upper bracket homes that just came on the market. So that messes with that number just a little bit. One thing also to note is that inventory is at 41 total listings. So we're still very much in need of listings. Interest rates have come down considerably. So hopefully that will get some people that were sitting on the fence as far as listing their homes due to the high interest rates to think more about the home being put on the market. Because we have been seeing with the homes that have been coming on the market, especially if they're priced right, they're having some great activity and even in some respects, multiple offers. Our market conditions overall are still showing a slight seller's market. However, that number continues to trend down, and it's down now to 34. So again, something to be concerned about, although I think if you do have a home to list, it's nothing to shy away from, and it's still a great time to list your house. And also there's some great opportunities out there from a buyer's perspective. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, but also register so you can continue to see this great information as it comes available each and every week. Welcome to Lake Elmo, where this week's Knowledge is Key is showing some more interesting information. The median list price is still hovering right around $820,000. We had a total of 5 new listings hit the market this past week, with one of them being a resale, basically in some respect new construction. The family that purchased the home bought it in 2022, and now it's back on the market. And that can be for very many reasons. It's not uncommon for people to get transferred. Life happens, life changes. So for whatever reason, this property is back on the market. The good news is it's completed, it's done, it's new construction, and it's probably very move-in ready. Other properties that came on the market, one was a resale of a side-by-side townhome, and then there was 3 new construction properties / model homes or to be built that also came on the market. Lake Elmo is still seeing a good seller's advantage, seller's market, and that is attributed to, of course, the fact that the listing inventory is still kind of low when you think about it, hovering right around 42 properties for sale. One thing that's also kind of interesting with the Lake Elmo market is that the days on the market is showing to be about 170 days overall. Of that, we're showing that 3 houses did go under contract over the last week, and one was a townhome, and there was 2 new construction properties that did go pending. And the average days on the market for those 3 properties were 38 days. So that's kind of interesting to see that some of the listings that are selling have a little bit shorter of a market time than some of the ones that have been on the market. However, I would attribute that to the fact that in Lake Elmo, you're going to see a lot of new construction, a lot of model homes that don't necessarily sell right away or even expected to sell right away. And that's why you have a longer day on the market. Again, this is great information as we move closer to our true spring market. Right now, things are warming up. It might not seem like it outside, but there is a lot of activity happening in the marketplace, especially with the interest rates creeping lower and lower each week as we progress on. Moving on to Woodbury, where again, knowledge is key. I love looking at the activity in Woodbury. Woodbury is so different than the other two markets we just talked about in Stillwater and Lake Elmo. Of course, you've got the size of Woodbury, which has grown so much over the last 10, 15 years. But even though it's so close, it's such a different marketplace. So for example, the median list price down in Woodbury is $475,000. The cost per square foot is about $212, showing the average days on the market of 134. If you look at all this real-time information, the graphs, they're all trending up, except for one or two, I should say. The price decrease of houses, reducing their price is only at 21%. However, there's an interesting dynamic where of the listings that are increasing their price, that is 7%. We do still see 21% of the homes being relisted. That's meaning they didn't sell for some reason and they were relisted because the contract may have expired for the listing agreement, or they just wanted to relist it to kind of what they're thinking is they're resetting the clock as far as day on the market. But today, with all the information, especially with people like me sharing information, I don't think this really changes the game as far as days on the market. Buyers are sophisticated enough that when they're searching, they'll notice and they'll see that the house has just been relisted. One other thing that we're noticing too is the inventory in Woodbury is still quite low. For the size of the town, there's only 14 active listings. I should also point out that in the last week, there were 10 new listings, but 3 of those have already gone under contract. And that's completely separate from the next stat, which is the pending contracts, meaning those properties are fully pended, no more inspections are needed. We're just waiting for closing and probably bank financing to be fully executed. And it's interesting to note of the pending contracts, of those 8, they're on the market an average of 48 days. Again, the marketplace in Woodbury is still very, very strong, and we'll just be interesting to see what happens as we move forward.